it is so crazy right now that there are two different scenarios playing out in the public with child support. One being a female child actor, made millions of dollars or whatever, is um, paid off in a divorce, maybe a million, paying 7,000 monthly for child support slash alimony. Don't know the fine details, but we have that scenario. Uproar, right? Women in a tizzy. Now we also have basketball player, NBA champion, gave his wife what, 10 million, um, 5 houses, all the cars, all the jewelry, keep it. I'm paying $20,000 a month. Everybody's in a tizzy. The men are. Why would you pay that much? You just got raked over the coals. So the thing is, in both of these scenarios, right? Divorce and the splitting of your estate um, through court intervention is really at the crux of both of these, right? Because for two adults to be of sound mind and intelligence, you would think they'll be able to work together um, to come up with suitable solutions and remain amenable and in a behavior that is respectful and takes others in consideration, right? But more often than not, it seems that the so-called adults don't see themselves as clear-minded, intelligent human beings. They see themselves as childs, and they get represented by some type of attorney who they say who wins with the parents feud, right? Or when the family feuds. Who wins in a divorce? The attorneys. Who loses? The children. So it's this system that we have now, as far as monogamy and family court. These things have to be challenged because we need to look into having multiple partners, having lockstead on a state, having trust built into divorce, if indeed it was. So, say for instance, and that could be part of a prenuptial, but a divorce should have a trust in place and a trustee. So the trustee would always look into the best interests of the children and the estate. Because a lot of times what we'll do or what we'll see is that um, we'll see the government bogged down with all of the uh, affairs of a nation, right? When it comes to how many people go into these court systems, how many people are looking to file for child support and things of that nature. And then no, um, on the most part, no revisiting when it's the man to um, ask for more in the settlement or, to reduce the payments. It's just, we'll find a way, right? Now, on the other side, women oftentimes take their exes to um, the courts to look for a different ruling to see if they could, I want to say extort, but to raise the amount that will be given through child support. Now, the courts at this time act as a faux trustee, but they just do that in order to reap a benefit of paying for fees, right? So you can actually have somebody else, look into your child support and do be the trustee of your child support. But you have to have a census about that. You have to look into, are you willing to act as an adult and come up with a solution for that? A lot of times, women will use the things that are in place because it makes it easier for them, right? Well, I'm just going to do this because I know about this and this is what we do. I know people that do this type of thing, and they go through that and they make things happen. I'm like, okay, great news. But when it comes down to the responsibility of the distribution of funds, how are they distributed? You know what I mean? There is no calculation of what bill, how much percentage of this bill should be paid by the child support XYZ, right? They just say, here, we think that you are reasonable with money because you're supposedly an adult, and we'll allow you to use the money at your best discretion, even though you couldn't talk to your child's father or child's mother about how to use the money at their best discretion. So many times people have this irreconcilable difference and have a malice, a hatred, you know what I mean? Something that's not necessarily a fault of their partner, but it could be a psychological fault that they've never dealt with, and now projecting their inadequacies or shortcomings to someone else as close to them, like everybody does. The people that are closest to you, you hurt the most, right? So a lot of times you'll see people get hurt that are close to you, but holding on to hurt is definitely a female's trait, right? Now, I personally will never forget, right? Because you did me some type of way. I have to keep that on the level so that I won't make that same mistake. Also, there is a point where I cut you off, but no harboring of feelings, right? You've been cut. You chopped it. It's not, we cool. We still cool. It's just that I can't deal with you on that level right now. And I don't know when I will be able to again. But we cool. You know what I mean? I don't hate you. I just feel like at this point, better separate. But when it comes to women, they will reject you in a sense, and then they will now villainize you and project everything that's happening to them and their decisions onto you. So take, for instance, a marriage ended for irreconcilable differences. She is now moved on. Obviously, she has the house, the car, and the kids, and he's outside of the house paying child support. Now, because of the support structure of a two-parent household, now is on a single-parent household. Not only financially, because some is not all of what was being made at that house, so restructuring has to happen, and also the security of the household feels maybe jeopardized, where before it was more peaceful, and thoughts of what do I do in case of didn't come across as much as it does now. Likewise, the care and obligation of the child is now directly on her lap, right? So she's saying, damn, I'm not making when we don't bring enough into the house. I feel scared in the house alone or with my kids, and I hear noises, or I don't know if this is the right neighborhood for us anymore, blah blah blah. 3, I'm having to do everything. I gotta take him to band practice. I gotta take her to gymnastics practice. I have to then pick them up, then make them something to eat. I have to juggle all of these things with my job, and it is draining. Now, all of these things she'll take, put them together, and then say, this is all your fault. I filed for divorce. I initiated the process. I couldn't be with you anymore. But everything I'm going through right now is your fault, because you should have been better. You should have been able to correct the issues that we had in our relationship. You should have been the one that resolved my concerns when I brought them to you. It's all your fault. So now, because it's your fault, I have a disdain for you, and I want you to hurt like me, because I am hurting. I'm suffering that now all these things are piling up on me. And the only way I know how to make you suffer is by taking more of your money, taking away more of your time with your children, and also causing your lifestyle to drastically change. All right. So that's a lot of times what people see when it comes to the women in a divorce, right? So she takes half of whatever, blah, 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 blah. But this is a particular case because the woman on this side was the breadwinner. She was a child star. She made the Luciano, and he is now taking the kids so she can do her acting and be more capable of having the freedom to move and navigate Hollywood, as things might require her to relocate and travel to earn her living, right? Now, and she could be going to Dubai to get that boo-boo smoothie. They pay twice as much when you're famous. I don't know. I'm joking. Anywho, so people are saying, damn, you taking all her money that she worked for And you didn't even know her. She was a child actress, and now you taking all this money. You want $7,000 a month. Now, if I were a betting man, I would say dimes to dollars. A lot of the children's expenses are something that she initiated. I want my girls to practice ballet. I want my girls to have piano recitals and play the piano. I want them to be able to travel and go to different countries, see the world. I want them to go to a Montessori school or a private school. I want the best for my children. And then all of a sudden they separate, and it's like you have all of these things that you've already had in place for the children when we were together. Now, you being the breadwinner, you're expecting me to continue what we had going. I'm going to need definite compensation for continuing the lifestyle that we had together. And that's on both sides of the equation. Continuing the lifestyle. Now, a lot of times you'll see men get alimony after a certain amount of years. I think maybe 10 or 7 years, 7 to 10 years, men will get alimony, but if the woman is a breadwinner. But women hate paying alimony, to men to sustain a lifestyle that they were enjoying together. Men dislike it, but understand it because it is a common practice. It is something that once you've reached a certain elevation, you hear commonality in your friend group, right? Hey, I'm at the golf club, and I have 2 other acquaintances that are paying alimony as well. Now, I know one guy who's paying twice as much as I am. Doesn't make me feel as bad, right? The nature of the beast. But what I'm saying is that if there were multiple people, multiple women in that household, right? So you were married to multiple women. Now, one woman might be frustrated and says, I want to leave, right? It's easier for her to leave, and then you and your second wife or other 2 wives still hold things down with the children. So she can leave alone, right, by herself. And that puts a lot less stress on her. Likewise, it's less stressful in a relationship with multiple women because, all right, not only do you have your protector there, but you also have someone that you can talk behind his back about, have some womanly conversation about, because men are looking to oftentimes find solutions to the problems that you are just looking to unburden yourself with and not necessarily act upon. So you wanted to just, I want to vent to somebody without them trying to tell me what to do to change it. Okay, you have that woman right in house. You have that woman right in house that'll help you cook and clean together. You have that woman right in house. You know what I mean? So the load that you have to do for your family is cut in half. You know? Now, You have more free time. You have more decompression time. You know what I mean? If you were a worker, and if you want to stay at home, and that was always your dream to stay at home and raise kids, you can do that. And there are also multiple incomes coming in the house still. So we have to rethink the things that we have going on right now as adults, because we do have the brain capacity to really revamp, revitalize, and renew the things that work best for us. Because we have, men not wanting to get married anymore. We have Gen Zers not wanting to get pregnant and have babies. So we have a lot of things that are currently affecting our reality and will make these big waves in the future. So all of these droplets in this pond, when that tide comes in, it might be a tsunami, which is something you're never ready for. And the devastation that might rain down, something that we can't, expect or be ready to combat. So let me know your thoughts, your feelings about this. I wanted to make a short, but then it got good to me. It got good to me. So I said, let me go ahead and just ramble on a little bit about these two cases of these, current situations. Peace.